Hello my loves, welcome to what is going to be my final everyday makeup drawer video. I'm wrapping it up for the foreseeable future. Maybe I'll bring it back one day, but not next year. And that is because I have plans to try to pan more makeup essentially, and having, a full face of makeup in a project pan and makeup in this drawer that I'm also trying to use, it's not conducive to me getting shit done, so I'm not even going to attempt it. Something's got to give, and it's going to be the everyday makeup drawer. So next year, this will just have my goodies that are currently in my project pan. Now, it's looking like a disastrous mess, and that is because Miss Freya with her Christmas bell collar. So there she is. Hello. Don't knock the camera, please. So I had the majority of these products actually sitting up on my desk, and I just kind of went to get them in there. So it's a mess. We're going to pull everything out. I'm going to have a little chat about my thoughts of, how I went with things. There are a couple of things I want to get rid of, and then I'm going to give it a clean and, filter back in my project pan things. So the lashes are just in there because I was planning on using them next. I did have my Hourglass powder, which was in my project pan. I finished it, and after I posted my project pan, someone told me how to get the sifter out. And I've got it out. So I will be going back to finish that. There's only one use of something in there. Shiomura, so I had the light bulb foundations in here. And my plan was to basically work out which one was going to work best for my summer color at the moment, so I could work on panning it, but I don't like it. I just don't like it anymore. These are very old. I do suspect that the formula has changed a little bit, which tells me that it's fine to just accept that these need to go. So they're being decluttered. I've got a Laura Mercier powder in there that wasn't originally in there. I've just been using it. Other project pan bits, I'm just gonna filter them out. Okay, let's just talk about these bits. So I've got my Cicapair in there, which honestly, I haven't been using much. I just kind of forget about it. Just gets lost in here. The Laura Mercier Highlight 01. I still love this. It's so beautiful. I'll be using it next year at some stage. I'm just not sure when. I have to admit, with the JD Glow liners, I'm not having great luck in terms of getting around to using them. I really want to be able to use products like this along with, these pigments and stuff that I put in the project or in the drawer. But the fact is, I'm still working on my eyeshadow testing project, and I don't tend to pair things like this with that project because I feel like it distracts from what I'm trying to assess, which is, do I love these eyeshadows? Do I really love this palette? Am I going to use it? And I feel like when we've got, brightly colored eyeliners or sparkly things that aren't already included in the palette or things like that, it skews my opinion. And I feel like I just need to focus on the one thing at a time. So I don't even think I used these since we last spoke. I did, however, use it was this one, the Inglot Pure Pigment Eyeshadow in 115. So I used this along with this guy, which is the Eson Pro Mixing Medium. The reason why I put these, but these pigments in here was to see if I liked the way that this product worked with the pigments. It was fine. It was okay. I think as a mixing medium to make these into a paint style product, it works well, but I don't think that it particularly looks flattering on my skin. I think I've just got a little bit too much creasing going on in that area now, and it just really shows. It kind of looks like I don't know, it just looks a little bit crepey. And I don't think that's particularly flattering for me. So I am going to actually get rid of the Esom Pro Mixing Medium because I don't see myself using it. The pigments I am going to keep because on their own, they are still beautiful. Using them as I usually would, I still love them. That's not an issue. It's just when I try to make them like, you know, a liquidy paint. Danessa Merrick's, oh gosh, we've had a long road with this one. It's pretty pumpkin. I've talked about it at lengths. I just struggle to use it, but I can't let it go because of the color. And I'm just not going to. At this point, I'm just not going to stress myself out about it. After I finish filming this, I actually plan on starting to go through my other makeup storage. I'm not feeling like I want to declutter at the end of the year like I usually do. So I'm not really pushing myself to do that. I'm more pushing myself to like prepare for panning next year. So that's kind of my goal at this point. So Danessa can stay. I still love it. All right, things that are in my project pan is that, I think, and I think this. Anyway, loving them. Quick brow. I haven't been using brow setting products like this or like tinted brush on brow products recently. So that's just going to go back in my stash for now. Oh, was the Clio Gel Presso pencil in my project pan? I can't remember. Anyway, I've got Marc Jacobs, I've got Kaleidos, I've got Clio. These, I don't know if they still make these. They're the Gel Presso waterproof pencil gel liners. This one is in the shade Firewood. And my goodness, I love these. The formula is sensational. But what got me about this particular collection was the colors. They were all these really beautiful, like woody tones that, or like brownie tones, but they were like tinted. So there's like rosewood and firewood and like, oh, that was stunning. I don't know if they still make them, but like, yes, I would definitely buy more of them in the future or similar, similar products. Marc Jacobs highliner and fine liner. I've got blacker and this one is fine wine. They're great. I love them. Will we see Marc Jacobs come back in 2025? I'm hoping so. They said that they would. Is it going to be up to my standards of what I expect from Marc Jacobs? I'm highly doubting it because we're seeing what Coty is doing to Kylie Jenner and what's her name? Kim Kardashian's makeup brands. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's like vomiting in your sleep. It's terrifying and so tragically sad. Kaleidos, the what are they called? Multi-chrome liners. This one is in tourmaline. Speaking of like goals for 2025, since panning more makeup is going to be a goal of mine, I also need to get glasses, all right? I want you guys to remind me. If I haven't done it by the end of the first quarter of January 2025, I want you to like tell me that I just need to get that shit done. These are beautiful. I didn't use it though. There you go. Actually, no, that's not fair because I remember putting this on my lower lash line and blending it out just to see how it looked. And I wasn't a huge fan because of the color, because I don't know what color you're catching, but that like olivey tone it's not super flattering on me. All right, here we just have like, you know, I've got my tweezers. We don't care about that. I've got lash glue. I don't care about that. My lash holder, I don't care. So I've got some like, let's move these over here. So I've got my little mascaras. I've got the Lancome Hypnotic Noir, and I've got the Illamasqua mascara. Is Illamasqua closed down, didn't they? Oh my God, how old is this thing? Anyway, I will be just getting through these for the rest of December and I'll be starting fresh on something in January. And they're not done, like they're nowhere near done, but that's fine. They're old and, you know, I've used them for long enough. So they will be done, but they will just be filtered back in here for now. Inglot Duraline, love this stuff. It's fantastic. I'll probably always have a bottle on hand in my stash. Down here, let's go through this. That's just for holding eyelashes. So this is an Inglot single. I finally went and bought one of these like Freedom Palette single holders, and I put one of my eyeshadows in there. I can't remember what shade it is, but I just use it to set my eyeshadow primer, so that's staying in there. My eyeshadow primer that I've got in here is the eyeshadow base from Natasha Denona. I love this. It's lovely, fantastic product. Concealers, Fenty Beauty and Natasha Denona High Glam. I have been mostly focusing on the Natasha Denona, and I do like it, but I think the Fenty Beauty is actually my favorite. Now that I've had an extremely long time to use these and play with them and stuff like that, I do feel that the Fenty is just a little bit better suited to my skin type, but the Natasha Denona is nice too. So I'm not saying that it's crap, I'm just saying it's my preferred one is Fenty. Guys, I've almost finished this. This has been in here all year, probably longer than a year. It is in my project pan. I very recently started using it basically as a primer. It is a Chanel water tint, and yeah, it's almost done. Oh my god, no more tiny itty bitty makeup samples like that because they just get lost. Pat McGrath Intensifies Artistry wand. So I think I worked on panning this last year and I've just kept it in the drawer to try and continue to use it. I think that one's going to have to be panned next year, I think. Let's do the lips. Okay, so look, I have to admit, having this little like pocket of lip products has been really fun. And I think I am going to miss this next year when it comes to like, you know, I'm going to be panning a specific lip product. And I think I'm going to miss this. But anyway, let's continue and just get it done. Sugar Advanced Therapy Lip Balm, that's fine. It always lives in there. And I've got my Colourpop Monica lip liner, which is also in my project pan. The colors that I used, did I? No, I did use this because I remember using it after, I think I used, what was it? I used a red in a video. It might have been this with a gloss, or it might have been this with, no, because this is a coral and I didn't like it. Yeah, so I think I used this. And I was like, oh, I'm vibing red. So I popped on the Tom Ford Fucking Fabulous lipstick, and it's a bit more pinky than this. Not necessarily a bad thing. It just didn't sort of drive me back to wearing this one again, because I was kind of like, I loved that like intense vibrant red. This one's Candy Cane from, here, I'll swatch them and show you. Why don't we do that? The Too Faced one, it's a matte. You guys know how much I struggle with mattes. You can see like the color differences there. I feel like the Tom Ford, when you compare them, it pulls out ever so slightly more pinky tones. Also, I think what might have screwed me up was using a nude lip liner with it. It kind of changed the color a little bit. Anyway, they're both staying. It doesn't matter. This one here from Dior, look, I really like this, but honestly, I can't, okay, that's not completely accurate. I feel like I'm omitting information that's very important. I really like the color. I really dislike the formula. Because this is a tint type product, if my lips are not in the absolute peak of condition, like completely hydrated and not even the minutest skerrick of dry skin, this goes on patchy. It clings to any dry skin. It would apply beautifully on like my bottom lip when it was really hydrated, but then not really on my top lip. Like you could see a difference. Anyway, it didn't look good. I'm really sad because I like the color, but I'm getting rid of it. Some glossy bits. Actually, I think we could classify this one as a little bit glossy as well. This one here is a YSL, what's it called? Rouge Volupte Candy Glaze in 04. So this is like, consider it like a, I don't know, a solid lip gloss. That's kind of what it's like. It does have a lot of pigment, but it's super like glossy and slippy and yum. I really enjoy that. Luna, actually, I think that was one Madeline got me, if I'm remembering correctly, or she at least introduced me to it. Another one Madeline got me is the Luna Beauty Lip Oil. This is in the shade Tease Me. It's a purple, but when you put it on, it goes on more, like it doesn't look purple on the lips. It sort of mutes the color down of your natural lips and gives it that sort of like, almost like a greigey hint, which I love, and Madeline knows I love. Also, it smells divine. I can smell it from here. I really like that one. Kaleidos. These are the Untamed Glow Glossy Lip Glaze. This is in the shade Free Fall. So this was one of the glittery ones. Love, love, divine, amazing, perfection. I'm so glad I have the whole collection of these. They are chef's kiss. Nabla, this is a Shine Theory lip gloss. I don't mind this. I think the color on its own is not exactly what I'm looking for all the time. It can make me look a little bit washed out because it's got that sort of yellowy tint to it. So if I'm not pairing it with the right makeup, it can actually make me look a little bit like almost, I guess the easiest way to say it is a bit dead in the lips, but that also seems a bit extreme. It's subtle, but sometimes it's there. Anyway, I do like it, so I am going to hold on to it. I think it's just important pairing for me. Too Faced, love this. It's a Sugar Cookie Matte Liquid Lipstick. I've said it before, I really can't wear these like as an everyday makeup item. Like I wouldn't put this on to then go out for the day and know that everything's going to be all right. And in the world of my lips, this is a filming only product, and that's okay with me. That's totally fine. I accept. YSL, these are the Tatouage Matte Stains. I really like these, but they're not particularly comfortable for me to wear, and they fit a little bit more into the, like the Too Faced category of realistically, how can I wear this? The difference between these two is that the Too Faced is quite thick, very opaque, which is great, but I'm not saying that's a bad thing. The YSL is thinner, so I can actually pair it with a lip gloss to make it more comfortable to wear, and that works for me. So I'm just going to hold on to it because I really like the color. I also had the Nabla Close-Up Lip Shaper in here. I did use this, I don't know, maybe like half a dozen times, maybe not even. I'm trying my hardest to finish this before the end of the year. It's not going to happen, but that's why it didn't get a lot of use. This one here from M Cosmetics is Faded Clementine. It's one of the lip cushion lip tints, I think they're called. Lip cushion tinted lip luminizer. There we go. Okay, look at that. I managed to read it from a distance too. Aren't I doing so well? These are gorgeous. Love these. I've got the, what's the pink one? I don't know. There's like a pinky nude as well, or it's like a dusty rose maybe. I love it. Doesn't matter. Can you see it? There we go. Good. Okay. And last one. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Hourglass. Is this the one that was in my project pan? If only. Yeah, it is. So she's had some use. We do like this. Maybe I should just bring this one back in my project pan at the start of the year. Although I'm so sick of the color, I can't deny it. So this is a beautiful shade. I say I'm sick of the color. It's just, I got sick of the color because I wore it for so long. Do you know what I mean? That's great. I'm holding on to that. So I've really only got a few things that I'm getting rid of here. It's a couple of foundations that I just think, honestly, I think they've turned. and a lip product that just really isn't working for me anymore. So that's, I mean, look, I guess any decluttering is good decluttering, especially when it's like mindful and you're doing it because you're like, nah, I just really don't need this in my life anymore. Also, if you're wondering what this is, it is an eyelash curler. I'm pulling that out. So I'm going to clean this. I'm going to clean myself up. And then I'm just going to filter back in my project pan things and the things that I use on a regular basis and prepare it for 2025 when I am ready to throw in a full face of makeup to pan. I'm so excited about doing that. Usually it fills me with dread thinking about doing it, but now I'm excited, which tells me it's the right time to give it a go. Okay, there we are. It's much tidier, which is great. It's looking a bit empty. I think over, the next couple of weeks before I walk into 2025, I will continue to just pull out a few bits here and there from my makeup drawers to, play with, especially lip products or you know what I could do? I could just go ahead and use my Project Pan lip products, but how boring is that? I'll see how I go. I have to find the other one. I think it's in my handbag. So that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. I want to say a massive thank you to my channel members and everybody who is watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.